I guess that's it, you know, just come and get to know me, because there's a lot of you and I want to know each one of you.
Hi everyone. I know a lot of new faces, and then there's a lot of new people here too, so that's awesome. Welcome. Looking forward to this year. And my name is Rebecca Zaire, and this will be my 3rd year as a mom, a mentor mom, and a long time I've been a mom. I've got 3 children. Our oldest just celebrated her 1st year anniversary, so that's awesome. It's really exciting. And our middle one is in college right now, and our youngest just graduated, and she's in Syracuse, just starting yesterday in a training program for a ballet company. So it's really fun type of life right now for us. And so I guess the common thing for people to say to me right now is, oh, so you guys are empty nesters. And I'm like, no, I don't really like that term, because it just connotates loneliness and stuff. And I'm like, no, we're full seasoners. So every season of our life is full. And this doesn't change that. So that's how I'm looking at it. Full season. And bring it on. And I'm ready for it. And right now, I am just started a new business about 1.5 years ago, and I'm loving it. I deliver and cater salads, and I also teach healthy cooking and eating and lifestyles, and just putting together, collaborating with my daughter and making a meal plan, like a PDF file that people can purchase online. So I got a lot of fun things going on with my personal life, but also like my husband and I are like doing more things together, and that's exciting too. And yeah, I'm just like open for whatever else God is giving me, and one of them is you guys. So I'll just backstep a little bit now. So yeah, my childhood was kind of messed up. I had some, rough things that I had gone through, and so when I had started having children, I was just like totally into it, and was like, I'm gonna love this, and I'm going to do everything that I can do to make their childhood not like mine. And because I really believe that God can use everything for the good, for those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. And I wasn't gonna let the bad things in my life affect how I was gonna raise my children. And I was gonna do the opposite of that. And so with God's grace and my husband teaming up, I loved raising my kids. I loved being pregnant. I loved everything about it. And not to say that we didn't have horrible times along the way, or struggles. We did. But I guess my prayer for you is that you just every season in your life, make it full. And just like she said, enjoy your kids. Just enjoy them and love on them, and find the good in them, even when the day looks horrible and you're frustrated. And just, make your season count. And I'm looking forward to meeting everybody this year.
Hi everyone, my name's Carrie Manning. I'm actually new. I was here a few years ago to share, but this is my 1st year as a mentor mom. And I'm not real far out of the preschool stage. I have an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 6-year-old who is in 1st grade this year. And I've been married for 12 years. And I've kind of been all over the place. When my kids were preschoolers, I worked full-time up until just a few years ago. I've done it all. I worked in pharmacy, so I worked like 12-hour days, and I missed a lot when my kids were young. So I worked, and my husband stayed home for a while. Then we both tried working full-time and having someone else watch our kids, and that was really hard. That was probably the hardest. And then I worked part-time, And now I'm actually a stay-at-home mom, now that my kids are all in school. Last year I actually homeschooled my oldest, so I've tried that too, and just trying to find the right fit for our family, really. And the reason what draws me to MOPS is about 10 years ago, I guess it was 9 years ago, my marriage was falling apart, and I had a 1-year-old child, and I was pregnant with my second. And my husband and I were actually separated, and somebody told me about a MOPS group in Syracuse. And I wasn't in a relationship with the Lord at all. I didn't know the Lord. I had known him in the past, in my childhood, but in my adult years, I kind of just strayed away from him. And so somebody told me about MOPS, and I went, and I just found this group of women that just accepted me just as I was, right where I was, and it was just amazing. And ultimately, it led me to a relationship with the Lord. My husband ended up coming back. We'd been praying for him in MOPS, and I think that had a big part of that. And ultimately, he was led back to the Lord. We started going to church, and we've been pretty much walking with the Lord for the last 10 years. So MOPS is really special to me, and I'm really excited to be a part of this year, and hopefully I can get to know a lot of you, and if my story resonates with any of you, don't be afraid to come up and talk to me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carol Smith, and this will be my second year being a MOPS mentor. And all of a sudden I'm speechless. I'm a divorced woman. I was married, had 2 children. I'm a grandmother of 8, and I was born in Watertown, raised in 3 Mile Bay most of my life. My parents owned a bar and a restaurant, so I grew up pretty much unsupervised, controlling my own shots a lot of the time. So needless to say, I didn't grow up with the Lord. And when I got married, we did go to church after a while, but I never really developed a relationship with the Lord. And I worked full-time part-time at that time, as a nurse. And so I didn't spend a lot of time with my kids in the preschool days. I had babysitters, or we worked opposite shifts, so one or the other of us had the kids. So there's a lot of things I wished I had done differently, or had more time to enjoy them when they were younger. But I've really enjoyed my 8 grandchildren, and have taken every moment I could to be everything a grandmother could be that I missed out as a mother. I worked over 40 years in the maternity department between Mercy and Samaritan. So I've always enjoyed babies. And so if any of you have any questions, I'll research the archives of my mind and try to remember what the answers are. I made a lot of mistakes in my marriage, and it wasn't until I was ready for a divorce that I really found a relationship with the Lord. And He's shown me so much, and so much of things I did wrong that I wished I had done differently. But you can't go back and change what you did. You can only go forward and do differently today, take each one day at a time. And I hope that if any of you have any questions or going through any hard times in your life, or I'm approachable, come talk to me. I'm also confidential. So I've learned that at the hospital, given the laws, And so I guess that's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Hello, ladies. My name is Kathleen Wells, and I was asked to be a mentor mom. And I remember when I was asked, I didn't even hesitate. I just said, "Are you kidding? I would totally love to be a mentor mom." So this is my first meeting. So I've talked to a few of you ladies where it's your first meeting as well. So welcome to your first meeting. You only have one first, so that's kind of the nice thing about first. This Monday, my husband and I will be celebrating our 30th anniversary. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska. My dad was in the Air Force for 26 years, so I am an Air Force dependent. And then a year before he retired, I myself joined, so I'm a veteran. I met my husband in the Air Force. We worked in the hospital. He likes to say we met in the ICUs. He was in bed A, I was in bed B. When we got off the ventilators, we would go out on a date. Well, we were taking care of the patients. But after we got married, you know, you join the Air Force, you join the military, and you think, okay, I'm going to make a career of this. But then you get married and you have kids, and you realize, no, retirement is not a priority anymore. Kids are a priority. So God blessed us with 2 girls, and at 13 years of being in the Air Force, God opened up an opportunity for me to be a stay-at-home mom. So when I got out, our oldest was 4, and our youngest was a year and a half. And I will always remember the day that our youngest daughter got chickenpox, because it was the day I got out of the Air Force, October 28, 1994. I come home, and I look at her, and I'm like, why does she look like this? When I went to change her diapers, I lifted up her shirt and realized she had the chickenpox. So to me, that was confirmation. I was supposed to be a stay-at-home mom. So that was really, really nice. So those of you that are in the military, I totally can understand the things that you're going through because, you know, as I said, I was a dependent daughter, a veteran, a dependent wife. The only thing I didn't do was actually retire, but you know what? The time that I got to spend with my girls is so far more priceless than a retirement that I would have had. The girls went to school for a few years in public school, and then God started tugging at my heart that you're going to homeschool these girls. So, was that easy? Oh, I will not tell you that it was easy. But was it worth it? It was worth everything because when our oldest ended up going to college, I had no regrets that I did not have enough time with her. And I like how she made the comment that, you know, those things that we think are important, don't let those take away from the time that you have with your kids because you cannot get them back. They are priceless. They are absolutely priceless. And when I was talking to Margie, she was saying, share something. And all of a sudden I went, oh, I know what I'm going to share. My oldest daughter, well, she's a strong-willed child. So those of you that have strong-willed kids, as you get to know me, you realize I am sane. So if you have a strong-willed child, just know you will survive. You just have to make sure you give them those boundaries that they are looking for. They need to have those boundaries. And you just have to talk to them and encourage them through whatever that is that they're going through. I can remember one particular time, she wanted a hot dog so bad. And she threw a fit on the floor, and she's totally having a fit. And we were actually videotaping at that time, videotaping kids. And so I remember panning over and looking at her. She's on the floor, thrashing around, saying, I want a hot dog, I want a hot dog. And you can hear me saying, when you're done with your fit, let me know, and then we'll talk. So, you know, those are the ways that you handle those strong-willed kids. And then yesterday, 4 weeks ago yesterday, I officially became a grandma. Aww. So I now came into that new phase of not just being a mom that has raised 2 girls, but now I am a grandma. And another important thing that some of you might like to know is my husband is a pastor. So if you are in a need for, some guidance in that area, just know my husband is a pastor, and therefore, I like to say, you're a pastor's wife. Well, my husband's a pastor, therefore I guess I am a pastor's wife. So I also wanted to share that with you, but I am so looking forward to this time. I do honestly believe that God has brought me here for this new season of my life, to be here for you all in this season of your life. Because, we have all been there, done that. Some of us are still going through it. But God has allowed us to go through the things we've gone through to be able to have you glean from us and us to be a support for you. So that's what we desire to be for all of you.